Yo, welcome back to the channel everyone, and in this video we're going to be going over the new top 5 meta class setups to use after the recent update here in Black Ops Cold War. If you guys are in dire need of getting your first nuke, or maybe even increasing your KD ratio, these class setups are going to get the job done. So with all that being said, the like goal on this video has to be 750 likes. If we can get 750 likes in under 24 hours, that'd be absolutely incredible. Now, let me know down in the comment section right now, how many nukes, if any, do you guys have, and also, what is your current KD ratio? I might go ahead and do a series on the channel these last couple of months of Black Ops Cold War, getting subscribers their first nukes. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure you guys let me know down in the comment section. I just want to help some of you guys out. But let's go ahead and break down these class setups so you guys can go ahead and get your first nuke or simply increase your KD ratio. Now, the first class setup we're going to use is going to be an XM4. Now, we'll be running a 8 attachment 3 perk XM4 class setup that's going to be effective at any and all ranges. So for the XM4, we're going to start off with the Microflex LED. So we have the absolute clearest optic picture. So this weapon is easy to use at close range, medium range, as well as long ranges. Recommend you guys running the Microflex LED on majority of your assault rifle class setups if you guys are trying to use them at all ranges. Now for the next attachment, we're going to go over to the muzzle, and we are going to run the Infantry Compensator. Now, I like to run the Infantry Compensator on the XM4 so we get increased vertical recoil control. This is all I want on this weapon under the muzzle category, so we can kind of have a flat line recoil control, so we can go full auto across the map without having to worry about anything, and again, making the XM4 as easy to use as possible. Now for the next attachment, we're going to go over to the barrel, and we are going to be running the 13.7 inch Ranger barrel so we get increased bullet velocity. This is going to overall make the XM4 feel like it's killing enemies a lot faster, and overall making this gun very easy to use at those longer ranges because we're not going to be destroying our recoil control, which is going to be a huge component in this class. Now for the body, we are going to run the Tiger Team Spotlight so we get increased reveal distance. Remember, the XM4 is a ranged assault rifle. This is going to be a ranged class setup, so having an attachment that allows us to see enemies further away a lot easier, or potentially pick enemies up in our peripheral vision we might miss, is going to be super important, and exactly why we're running this on our XM4 class. Now for our underbarrel, we're running the Field Agent Grip, so we have vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. A very important attachment on the XM4 that you guys want to make sure you guys are running on all of your XM4 classes so it can be, again, easy to use at those longer ranges. Now for the magazine, you guys can have 1 or 2 options. Now, personally, I like to run just the 50 round mag on the XM4 because the reload speed is relatively fast, and we're going to have as many bullets as possible so we can take out multiple enemies at the same time. Definitely a great attachment to use on an XM4 class setup. Now for the handle, we are going to run the Airborne Elastic Wrap, so we have increased aim down sight time, blitz resistance, as well as aiming while going to prone. A universal attachment that I run on all of my class setups, especially ARs and SMGs, so I can take enemies out at any and all ranges, and also be able to snap on the players when I need to. And then finally, to wrap up this class setup, we are going to run the Raider Pad, so we get increased sprint to fire time, as well as aim, walking, movement speed. Overall, just going to complete this whole setup so we can walk around, aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight. And we can also go ahead and have a fast sprint to fire time so we can run and gun if we need to. This is going to be the absolute best and the fastest killing XM4 class setup after the recent update here in Black Ops Cold War. Remaining the setup is going to be the Akimbo Magnums, Stem Shot, C4 Field Mic, and I'm running Flat Jacket Scavenger Ninja, all possible with the Gunfighter wildcard. Now for the second class setup, we're going to go over to the AK-47, which is going to be an XM4 contender. And if you guys are looking for a higher damage assault rifle, definitely go ahead and check this out. Now for the AK-47, we are going to be running an 8 attachment class setup as well to utilize this gun's strengths and also go ahead and mitigate its weaknesses. Now again, for the optic, we are running the Microflex LED. The same reason we're running the Microflex LED on the AK is the same reason running it on the XM4. At clear sight pictures, we can take enemies out very easily at close range, medium range, as well as long ranges. Now for the muzzle, we're going to be going to run the Spetsnaz Compensator. The same reason why we're running the Compensator on the XM4 is the same reason we're running it on the AK-47. I only want to have that vertical recoil control so I can have a streamlined recoil pattern and have the AK-47 have literally zero recoil and we can go full auto across the map without having to worry about a thing. Now for the barrel, we are going to run the 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK Barrel. Now for the AK-47, we're going to benefit from having increased damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity. This is going to be a mid to long range monster, and this attachment is going to allow us to take enemies out very easily doing so. So definitely go ahead and slap on that Spetsnaz RPK Barrel on all your AK-47 class setups, especially if you guys are running 8 attachments. Now for the body, we're running the Tiger Team Spotlight. Again, this is going to be a longer ranged AK-47 class, so we can take enemies out further away, see them easier, and definitely pick enemies up in our peripheral vision, just in case you might have missed them. So definitely go ahead and put on the Tiger Team Spotlight for your AK-47 class. For the underbarrel, I'm actually now running the Spetsnaz Speedgrip, so I have increased sprinting move speed as well as horizontal recoil control. We're going to now mitigate all recoil with the AK-47, running the speed grip, and also we're going to have increased sprinting move speed, so it's going to be an added benefit, and the cons are so irrelevant that honestly this is going to be the best attachment run under a better category, allowing us to take enemies out at close range, medium range, and long range, and obviously we're going to have that increased speed, which is going to come in handy rotating around the map. Now for the magazine, we are running the VVD 50 round fast mag, so we have a fast reload. The AK-47 is going to be a more mobile AR as opposed to the XM4, so we want to have as many bullets as possible, but also have the fastest reload possible, and that's going to be possible with this fast mag. Now for the handle, business as usual, we're running the GRU Elastic Wrap, and then for the stock, we are running the KGB Skeletal Stock. The same reason why we run this attachment on the XM4 are going to be the same reason running it on the AK-47. This is going to be a replacement for the XM4. If you guys do not like to run that AR, the AK-47 is going to be an AR you guys can use in its place. Now for the main setup, I have the Akimbo Magnums. I'm running Stem Shot, C4, Field Mic, and I have on Flat Check Sky up to Ninja, all possible with the Gunfighter Wildcard. Definitely go ahead and give this AK-47 class setup a try. Now for the third class, we're going to go ahead and transition to an SMG. This is going to be the MP5. Now we are going to run a 7 attachment MP5 class to get your first nuke or increase your KD ratio. So for the MP5, we're not running an optic because the iron sights are crystal clear, and honestly, I think all of us enjoy the MP5's iron sights. Now for the muzzle, we are running the GRU Suppressor, so we have increased muzzle flash concealment as well as vertical recoil control. Overall, making this weapon more stealthy, and we can run and gun, get behind the enemy spawn, and get busy, and that's exactly what we want to do with all of our SMGs. Now for the barrel, we are going to run the 9.5-inch Task Force barrel, so we have increased damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity. In my opinion, the absolute best barrel to run on the MP5, going ahead and strengthening its medium to long range capabilities, and making this one of the best SMGs in the entire game, and a good Tech 9 contender. Now for the body, we are going to run the steady aim laser, so we have increased hip-fire accuracy. This is going to be very important because we are going to run an attachment on this gun that's going to slightly reduce the hip-fire accuracy, so we're going to go ahead and bump that right back up with the steady aim laser, and it just fits an SMG's characteristics. Now for the underbarrel, we are going to run the Field Agent Grip, so we have increased vertical as well as horizontal recoil control, keeping this weapon's recoil down because we are running a barrel that's going to increase that recoil. We want to mitigate that as much as possible and keeping this weapon easy to use at those medium to longer ranges. Now for the magazine, we are running the Salvo 40 round fast mag. This is going to be very good if you guys are playing respawn modes and you guys need to be taking out enemies very quickly and also get a very fast reload off. The 40 round fast mag is going to be your best option. If you guys can handle the slower reload, go ahead and slap on that Spetsnaz 50 round drum. It's going to be just as good, but for our running gun players, that 40 round fast mag is going to be super helpful. And for the setup, I'm running the Airborne Elastic Wrap as well as the Raider stock to kind of wrap everything up and make this a more aggressive SMG and kind of better than it already is. Now for the remainder of the setup, I have on the Akimbo Magnums, Stem Shot, C4 Field Mic, and I'm running Flat Check Sky Ninja, all possible with the Gunfighter Wildcard. This This is going to be a very good SMG to check out, and again, a good Tech 9 contender. Now, if you guys do not want to run the MP5, definitely go ahead and give the Bullfrog a try. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite SMGs in the entire game. Honestly, I run this the most out of all my SMGs, and I'm running a 7 attachment class setup. So for the Bullfrog, we're not running an optic because again, these iron sights are beautiful, super easy to use at longer ranges, and this gun already has little to no recoil. So for the muzzle, we are going to run the GRU Suppressor, so we have muzzle flash concealment and vertical recoil control. The same reason why we run the AG Suppressor on the MP5, we're going to run the same reason for the GRU Suppressor on the Bullfrog. Now for the barrel, we're running the 7.4 inch Task Force barrel, so we can increase damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity, making this weapon that much more effective at all ranges, and again, kind of keeping it in line with the Tech 9. Now for the body, we are running the steady aim laser just in case we want the hip fire, and again, we are running an attachment that's going to slightly reduce the hip fire accuracy. We're going to bump that right back up with this attachment. Now for the underbarrel, I'm running a completely different underbarrel than all of my SMGs, and I only do this on the Bullfrog. I'm running the patrol grip, so I have increased sprint to fire time as well as sprinting move speed. Overall, a great attachment on this weapon, and honestly, it's the best attachment because this gun doesn't need any recoil controlling grips. It already has no recoil, so might as well go ahead and slap this on your class setup. Now for the magazine, we are running the VDV 85 round fast mag because why not? We have a big mag, we can spray and pray, and we take out the whole enemy team 3 times over and still reload super quick. It's a no-brainer. Definitely go ahead and slap this on. It's going to be the best magazine for respawn game modes for the Bullfrog. Now for in the setup, I have on the GRU Elastic Wrap as well as the KGB Skeletal Stock to wrap up this entire class setup and make this weapon that much more advantageous at those close to medium ranges. Now for in the setup, again, the Kimbo Magnums, Stem Shot, C4 Field Mic, and I'm running the Flat Jacket, Scavenger Ninja, and Gunfighter combo. Overall, a great SMG, and again, a Tech 9 contender. Now for the final class setup, we're going to go ahead and break down the EM2, which is hands down one of the best guns in the entire game. I left this for last because not everybody actually has this gun unlocked. It is a DLC weapon. If you guys don't have it unlocked, get it unlocked ASAP. It is a complete monster. And we're running an 8 attachment class setup to utilize all of its strengths. So for the EM2, we are running the Microflex LED because it's going to be the clearest optic picture, and we can take enemies out very easily at close range, medium range, as well as long ranges. Now for the muzzle, we are going to run the Infantry Compensator, so we have vertical recoil control, and we just want to have vertical recoil control, so we have a very streamlined recoil pattern. This gun already has no recoil by default, so let's go ahead and make it that much easier to use so we can just go full auto without having to worry about a thing. Now for the barrel, we're going to go ahead and put on the Task Force barrel, so we have increased damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity. This is filthy on the EM2. Honestly, even after the nerf, this is still the best attachment, and it's honestly amazing during this new update and the meta currently here in Black Ops Cold War. Now for the body, we are going to run the steady aim laser because this gun is a monster at close range. You can hip fire and body people. It makes no sense how good this weapon is off the hip. Let's go ahead and make it even better with the steady aim laser. Now there's going to be an aggressive style AR, which is why I am not running the Tiger Team Spotlight. You can run it if you guys want to, but this weapon with the steady aim laser is stupid effective, and it's almost stupid to not run it. Now for the underbarrel, we are running the Infiltrator Grip because this gun has no recoil. Let's just go ahead and buff up its close range lethality and allowing us to have increased movement speed, shooting move speed, as well as aim walking movement speed. Overall, a great underbarrel attachment, and it makes the EM2 that much more effective. Now for the magazine, we are going to run the Spetsnaz 40 round magazine. We want to have as much bullets in each magazine as possible, and this already has a fast reload. It's just going to be a no-brainer as to why I want to run this on our EM2 class setup. Now for the handle, we're running the Airborne Elastic Wrap, and then finally we're going to run the Raider stock to wrap up this entire class setup and make this an effective assault rifle at close range, medium range, as well as long ranges. Now from this setup, I have on the Kimbo Magnums, Stem Shot, C4 Field Mic, and I'm running Flat Jacket, Scavenger Ninja, all possible with the Gunfighter wildcard. These are going to be the top 5 meta class setups after the new update here in Black Ops Cold War. Stay tuned. I'm going to go over a remaining top 5 meta class setups in a future video. So if you guys did enjoy this one, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn those post notifications. If you guys want to stay up to date, you guys know what to do. Catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.